All right, so here we are with another episode of Minecraft. We got our junk from the last time we died and are back to caving with the sole purpose of getting diamonds so that we can go to the nether and see how the spawn goes. It's obviously going to be roughly the same as last time. I don't know how much a seed necessarily changes, but oh well. I also was down here collecting tuft, which, first off, I think that's what this is called. But second, it's because that's kind of the stuff that they use now with the temple trials, so you can make it look really cool. So I was pulling some of that stuff and digging it out a little bit more than I normally would because I was like, well, maybe there's one in here. I ended up looking it up on the map and it's in an opposite direction. So we'll go and do that at some point. Not obviously until after we fight the dragon. But for now, we know that it's there. And I also did the silly mistake of mining directly down, which considering the large cavernous hole below us was not the best move because that could have gone poorly so fast, which would have been terribly embarrassing. And then this creeper showed up, so I had to quickly run away because I was like, oh golly, can't have that. Which I was able to, thankfully, get far enough away that he stopped following me, which is good because, oof, goodness. And then the zombie showed up. I still don't have my shield yet. I know. I'm just tempting fate here, but I didn't do it. I was like, I just want diamonds, and then we never have to come back into this cave ever again because we're going to make our iron farm, so we're going to get the iron somewhere else. We won't deal with this. I could see really far distance that there were diamonds along the edge of this wall. And after searching high and low, just the general caves, I gave up and I was like, I'm just gonna I'm gonna bridge over and kind of shimmy my way through the walls and it'll be fine. I don't have to worry about any shenanigans, but you know, you gotta still be a little bit careful. So I kind of buried my way into the wall and would kind of get a little bit further over and poke out whenever I was like, okay, am I close enough? We'll see. So eventually I got over to the first set of diamonds because there were two spots where they had diamonds. And so I had to figure it out. But both of these, or at least this one at least, didn't have anything directly underneath it. And it was 2 diamond blocks, which is kind of nice. I know that, creeper. I know that normally they're come in sets of 2s and 3s. So I had to kind of adjust it so that it wouldn't I wouldn't break it and it would drop to the ground below because that would be so unfortunate. So we got the achievement. Yay! We now have diamond. So this means the main reason is so that we can break obsidian, obviously. I didn't think about it with that iron, which was really silly of me. But the main reason we did it was so that we can break obsidian and kind of go from there and work our way to the nether so we can get the blaze rods and we can go and fight the dragon because that's what we mark as the completion, and then everything else is bonus as we go. So I originally wasn't going to fight any of these zombies here. I was just going to let them go, but I was nervous that something was going to happen and they were going to all pile up on me, so I figured I'd take the advantage of the fact that I was able to stand kind of right here and get them while they were picking things up. Also, because these guys have spawned blocks, or not spawned blocks, but have picked things up, I'm pretty sure that means that they wouldn't despawn, which would be a real unfortunate thing as far as later on down the line. So we went and we got a couple more diamonds, and then we were like, you know what, that's good enough. We're gonna head back to the home base, make our diamond pickaxe, and be done with it. I was really nervous at this point because I was like, okay, if we fall at this point after we've done so many things, that's going to be absolutely ridiculous. So we didn't do that. And I did see this lapis and I was like, I know that I can trade for this, but I'm going to do it anyways. And I broke it, and then I saw a diamond right there and I was like, are you kidding me? After all that? And then this baby zombie showed up and I was like, oh no. And then I realized that I don't have a clear way to get out of it. So I was just running around in a circle because I was like, okay, this is fine. And then a creeper showed up and I was like, oh no. And so it blew up and I ran away. But then the baby zombie was still going after me and I was like, oh no. And so I hit him a couple times and this time we took him out. But that was a close one because we know we don't mess with baby zombies. I also wouldn't have been shocked at all if that Enderman I had accidentally looked at the Enderman and the Enderman had come after me, because that's just how our luck goes. I put the diamonds in the chest so that they would be safe. And then I went up the hill kind of more towards the spawn area and got to this lava pit, which I found or remembered finding when I was playing this one. I didn't use it really on the main seed, but when I was doing this one, when I was coming back to the village, I almost fell inside of it. So that's the only reason that I knew kind of off the top of my head that it was back this way. And then I made another bucket so that I could go and get this water over here so I could make some obsidian so that we could clear it out, which thankfully we also got a little bit more iron. So we did that. I didn't want to completely cover it because I don't ever like completely emptying out lava. I know that because of the lava farm that I will make probably pretty soon, since I have all of the material for it, and I'll probably put it in the same place that I had the other ones. I am very nervous. I use it as a very finite resource and I don't like getting rid of it. Also, I'm so used to having any level of efficiency on diamonds axes because I always trade them up from the villagers, and so suddenly having just a basic diamond pickaxe just mining obsidian at this rate was really weird to kind of go through. Eventually, we went and got it. I ended up going with, I think, 14 pieces of obsidian, and I did my general square, which I like doing. I did this one a little bit further over than I did the original go, which I think is fine. And so I did that as kind of the base set of it. My one thing is that I am one block off of having enough to make an enchantment table, which in my book was a bit of a mistake on my side because it could have been perfect. And so now we had our portal all ready to go. We just had to light it up and see what our spawn looked like. So we braced ourselves. This was so much faster than the other seed. It's kind of ridiculous. Don't know. I think it's just the cave in this seed is just so good because it just has so much iron in it and all that stuff. So we popped in here and we're like, oh, nice. Looked around, trying to regain my footing. That's the way towards the Nether Fortress. And then I saw the Huckling and I was like, oh no. And so the Pigling. And so I quickly popped back out here and he thankfully didn't follow me. So let me know what you guys think down below. Leave a like if you liked the video and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.